Hello. Hello. Yay. Hey. Happy Saturday, child. What's going on? We got the gossip. We got the gossip. I said we got the gossip. Y'all come in and hit the like button, please. Real quick, because it's a Saturday night. And y'all know we don't normally be up here like this no more. You know, back in the day when we first started, we used to be on here Saturday nights this time of night. But we don't be over here this time of night like that no more. But we on the porch tonight, so I hope y'all got some mosquito repellent, some citronella, some something. Because we finna talk about these people on RHOP, honey. They got their sneak peeks out for the finale, as well as their little reunion. And I got a few things to say, and I believe y'all might too. Now, let me greet everybody. Y'all hit the like button, get comfortable. Let's go. I see Rochelle grabbed her crown back, honey. Them crowns be slipping and falling sometimes. You just got to adjust your crown. You just got to adjust your crown. Hey, Debbie Garcia, you've been waiting for the porch to open to talk about this. Well, girl, the porch is open, and I'm glad you're here. Hey, Rochelle, what's up, girl? U.S. Army Brad. All right, Ladybug. She in the house. All right. Listen, remind them people to hit that like button. Hey, beautiful Bianca Edwards, what's happening? What's going on? We got Nacho Twins Mama in the house. Hey, girl. Ashley is up in here. Uh-oh, we got Kai. Okay, hey, girl. Darren Hood. What's up, kinfolk? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Hold on. Lita in here. Hey, girl. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Destiny, hey there. Marilyn, how you doing, sis? Okay. We got a few people. Everybody ain't in the bed. Miss Sparkle, your crown done fell off. Golly. Everybody got the dropsies. What is happening? Okay, my nephew in here. Yeah, you been gone for a minute. You working too much. Working day and night like Michael Jackson. All right, Delicia Dismuke, how you doing, girl? Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Trina Taylor. Hey there. Sin City from NOLA. How you doing? Barbara. Hey, girl, all the way from the UK. All right, Queen of Hearts KS. How you doing? Candy R. Hey, lady. All right. You say what now? Girl, where you been? I miss talking to you. How you been doing? Yes. Tia Bia's in the house. Tia Bia. Okay. We got Queen Mermaid up in here. Hey, sis. And I got another package. And I'm finna talk about you and the rest of the ladies involved in the chicanery on this live. Velda Sorrentino, what's up, sis? We got Cheryl. What's up, Cheryl? How you doing, sister? All right. Miss Knox in the house. What's happening? Good to see you, Tutu, for your info. What's happening? Cherry Scott, how you doing? Welcome. All right. Who else is in here? Because I don't want to miss nobody. I'm glad y'all here. Hold on 1 second. Because I almost forgot somebody. Wait a minute. Because y'all know I send out text messages and all to make sure you know that our folks is in the house. Okay, now I got it. I was trying to figure out what I was doing. Hold on. There we go. All right. So look, we in here. Tracy Lashley, how you doing? Dr. J. Dr. J, what's up? Okay. So first of all, let me tell y'all this. You had a schedule change. I know it. I know how that is. So it's like when y'all schedule change and I don't get to see you, I just kind of wait until you cycle back around. I know eventually them people will give you a day off or something. They'll give you a day off. Dana Brown, how you doing? I did have a wonderful time for my birthday. I did. D. Maria's in the house. What's up, baby sister? How you? So listen, first of all, I'll need to say like a whole host of thank yous. And I'm finna say every last one of them too. I am. I hope y'all don't mind. I hope y'all don't mind a little gratitude. Yvette is here all the way from the UK. What's up, sis? Imani Taylor. Hello, lovely. All right, all right. So let me get my thank yous on. Okay, hold on. Because I'm about to get my thank yous on real quick. And it ain't going to take me long, but I'm finna run through them because I got to do them. Okay. All right. Here we go. I want to say a thank you to N Rose, Renee Spiller, a bunch of thank yous to Queen Mermaid, like a bunch of them, and everybody on special teams and my moderators, because they sent me, girl, they sent me some liquor, some perfume, child, some flowers, child, some other gifts. It's just been wonderful. A thank you to Lala Chanel, to the beautiful Bianca Edwards, to Miriam, to Just Jules JG, to Learning to Love Myself, Delicia Dismute, to my Kai, to my good sis, Protect My Energy at All Costs. Okay, hold on. I don't want to miss nobody. Wait a minute. Toffee Mocha. Thank you to Toffee Mocha. I'm having to look at some of these names. To Mo Better Flower Petals, to Morgan's Musings, to Miss Kaiser Sose. Ooh, child. To Learning to, now I got Learning to Love Myself. To Happy to Be Happy. To Sharon Fauna. To Nene Ashley. To Sunshine. Oh, child, y'all gonna make me. It's so many people, and I don't want to miss a soul. To Shanika C, to CC Miller, to Katrina Taylor, to Cheryl Cooper, to our good sis Serene, to, let me not forget nobody. To Kia Coco Pop, to Fly Gray Streaks, to Esmene. Okay. That's the only name I know for Esmene. I'm trying to make sure I don't say the wrong names for nobody. But Gigi, for Love My Dogs Too, to Rochelle. Okay. Miss C. Mays. Ooh. To Miss Debbie Garcia. To Patricia Joaquin. To Miss Sparkle. To D. Marie. Okay, I'm trying to read them as I go, y'all. Forgive me now. I just don't want to miss nobody. I think. Hold on. All right. And I think I have all of those folks. Also, I want to say a special thank you as well to Noble Genius, who sent me a present off of my wish list. And the ladies who are listed on special teams, the moderators, Queen Mermaid, Miss Jackie Gaines, who is not on special teams, but she included herself in the gift giving. I appreciate you. And to everybody who sent a super chat, a super sticker, who sent me a birthday wish, said a prayer for me, sent a blessing, prayed for my safe travels to Hawaii and back. Thank you to every single person. I appreciate you guys, and I love every one of you. I really appreciate it. Like, y'all had me, my eyelashes are real raggedy at this point, and I don't, I don't even feel bad about it. I don't even feel bad. And also E. Davis, I had missed one. So thank y'all so much. Again, I appreciate you. It's been a stellar birthday. And let's get into the foolishness with RHOP. Okay? So first of all, let me put the StreamYard here because I know y'all got a lot to say, and I ain't going to stop nobody from having they say, but I'm sure about to have mine. So first of all, let's talk about this finale sneak peek. There's a couple of them. Now, the first one that I saw was the one where Wendy was getting some straightening with Mia about telling that lie about, oh, the lady was got sexual attention toward her. Andrew Barber, hey, and she straightened that out. She did. She straightened that out. But I have to say this because it's gonna bug me if I don't. Wendy put herself in a position to be lied on. I understand that she wants to, play the game, play cordial, make them, put themselves out there like that. Esmond, I was just talking about you. Thank you again for the birthday blessings, sis. Paige, I did. And I get all that. But the fact that you at the club partying with these heifers and you drinking with them or whatever, Wendy put herself in a position to be lied on. Let's be very clear. Now, is it okay to lie on her? No, it's not. Y'all know I don't appreciate nobody lying on nobody. But at the same time, you have to be smart enough not to put yourself in a position to be lied on. And Wendy is a smart lady. She's proved it. So you got plenty of sense. You know these people don't like you, and you know why. So why on earth would you be sitting up there drinking with them and hanging around with them and they gapping legs open, doing all this wild stuff? You shouldn't have even been there. You shouldn't even been there. Like that bothers me so much. Hey, nephew.
What's up, Auntie? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so glad to see you. Hey, E.
I'm
David.
glad to be here.
Now, what you think about this mess? Is it me? And see, Andrew Barber says he loved Wendy, but she better than me because I couldn't be friends with someone that threw a drink in my face. And you right about it. Now I
But is
could be
that better?
cordial, pleasant, but we not finna be drinking together, hanging around good enough where you can tell somebody that, oh, I want to sleep with you. And not only that, how did she hold still for that large Hispanic gentleman to be breathing on her neck, talking about some darn she want to eat her box? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Y'all too old to even be talking like that.
But is that better? Because to me, that's stupid. It's one thing to be mature about the situation, but we not friends,
Right. That's
nor
what
are
she
we
lost me.
friendly.
Being
Yeah,
mature is one thing. When you go into the extent of sitting up drinking with these heifers, y'all hugged up and stuff, and you giving people enough room to lie on you, and you see that they came in this season with the intention of telling lies on you, it takes a special kind of stupid, in my opinion.
a educated fool.
A educated fool, big dummy. Because Ashley was happy to run it back, so that let me know that they had a whole plan, and she didn't
Hmm.
even have nothing to tell. Just talking about, well, I don't know I don't know what happened. It's not that you don't know what happened; you don't know if anything happened. And what
Right.
it really is ain't nothing happened, but because y'all had a plan to spread a narrative, you came with it
This was already set in stone.
already set in stone. It was like, okay, we couldn't get her with the other stuff with Peter. She didn't take the bait. She didn't bite. She made all of us look stupid. Ashley had to pretend to be her friend on the cool. And then, okay, so let's try. She's nasty and she want to have relations with that large Hispanic gentleman.
Right. And made you the aggressor in the situation. You talking about you gapping your legs all up and begging people to.
Yeah, and remember now, they even went so far as to say that Wendy touched her stuff.
Hmm. So
Just
they can get
lied.
you on some essay thing if they wanted to.
Right. Until Right, she gave him ammunition. Thank you, Andrew. Hey, Bed-Stuy BK, I'm glad to see you. And this is the thing. The thing that got me was with Ashley. And I don't know if y'all caught this from the sneak peek, but I definitely did. When Wendy was confronting Mia about the lies she told, right? She was like, "Girl, that's not true." She was like, "I want your cookie, girl. Bye. You was the one said you wanted to eat my box." And Wendy said, "Didn't she say it?" And Ashley hurried up and piped up and said, "Yes, she said it. She said it." So Ashley, you already knew what it was, but you was gonna go along with the narrative that Wendy was after her.
Auntie, you know what just popped in my mind?
What that?
when you said
Hey,
when you said
Londa.
she want when you said she wanted to eat the box, all I could hear is Portia in the back of my head telling Candy she didn't want her rotten box.
Oh Lord.
I had forgot Portia had told us Candy box was rotten way before Marlo said it was no good.
Yeah, she sure did because she said she could smell it.
Yeah, I can smell it from where I was standing, hence the deuces. Ah,
Oh, yeah, and right, Andrew. And they gonna lie on the lady and say she was insecure. Well, because that didn't work. They were gonna try to play this. Oh, you're so jealous because you're dark. And Wendy instead flipped it and let them know she's absolutely not insecure, and there's no logical reason why she would be. Then it was the only thing left was okay. Well, let's just say it was something sexual. We got to say something about this lady, and they weren't able to dirty her up. But it's the fact that they tried. Now,
mm-hmm.
in that reunion sneak peek, then Mia tried to say, "Oh well, I got receipts. You gave Peter the cookie. Peter don't like grown women. Peter like young girls. When all of a sudden did Peter start liking grown women? When that happened? I'm just curious.
Mm.
Peter, I've never seen Peter with anybody that remotely resembles Wendy Osefo. Not even remotely.
Not a little bit.
Not even a smidge, honey. Hey, Kai.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
What's up, Kylie?
I'm good. I'm happy you had a lovely trip.
I did. Now, Lauren, how you?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy birthday.
Thank you, boo. So listen, that happened. And it just got me. It really got to me. And of course, Wendy's like, girl, you was over there scripting for lobsters, which that's pretty sad. Those were some cheap chewy behind lobsters, but Wendy really put herself in a position to be lied on. And I didn't like that. I really wish she had carried herself a little bit better.
I think that Wendy, because, okay, so I just want to jump in here because I feel like a lot of the commentary that I hear about on social media and on YouTube channels is that Wendy is like very desperate for like friendship on the show, just with how like forgiving she is and whatnot. And I don't necessarily, because people have, shared your same like disappointment in Wendy, like even getting close to Mia or in close proximity to Mia. And I think that the issue with Wendy, Candace, and even Monique is that they came on the show thinking that there was going to be the same sisterhood, if you will, that they see on other housewife franchises, for example, like um, Atlanta or something. Like, of course, everyone isn't best friends, but like they're not like sworn enemies. Like if something bad happens to someone, everyone, rallies around them. But the thing is that on Potomac, not only are these people not friends, they don't like each other at all. Like I was talking about this with one of my friends earlier, is that Potomac, like their shade isn't fun shade, if you will, how Portia.
No, you're
Like,
right. It's low down and dirty, girl.
yes, it's like I want to embarrass you. I want to really cut deep. I want to hurt your feelings. It's not, oh, I'm just making, a funny joke in passing. And Wendy, Candace, and Monique look crazy because, they entered this franchise with extremely like different intentions than the other ladies. So I wouldn't necessarily call them like desperate or, feel like I don't feel like I'm justified in feeling like disappointed in them. It's just that they're looking for friends and people who not only aren't looking for friends, but do not like them. And it sucks. I don't like the turn that Potomac has made.
Okay,
I don't like it.
Lauren. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just agreeing with. I was just saying, amen. What you said? What were you about to say?
See, I'm on the Lauren train. Lauren, we are here with each other. I want the money, but I still think those women entered the show with different intentions. And I feel like if I put myself in positions, like I want to have fun. Like Candace and them are like in their mid. I think Winnie's maybe is like towards her later 30s. I want to have fun. I don't want to come to my job, especially a job where, like, essentially I'm supposed to be able to be hanging out with coworkers or friends and we're really drinking and eating for free, and every once in a while we break out into an argument. But I'm mainly here to have fun and make a cute paycheck off of it. And instead, you have these miserable women on here who don't want to share their lives because they're just so miserable and pathetic, who want to make other people miserable with them. I want to make sure that
Right.
you are down to your heels. And then I feel like, for me personally, I enjoy Candace. When she does put her foot down for Avery, I feel like I'm a little irritated with some people who are like, oh my God, why is she too nice to them? Because earlier, when she was putting her foot down, y'all were calling her all kinds of names and all kinds of stuff. So now she's singing a different tune, and all of a sudden it's a pick me situation. I think these people are on here trying to have fun, because I remember listening to when he talked, she like, this is like one of the decisions I made for myself being on the show, other than marrying Eddie. So I don't think you make this decision for yourself just to turn around and be miserable the whole time. I want to be drinking and laughing and partying and dancing. And every once in a while, we get into a little fight and we move on, because that is literally what Housewives is supposed to be. It is not supposed to be you hiding your life and this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, your friends for 2 seasons are trying to make me and my other friend miserable and pulling all this mess with our marriage. Like, that's not what this is supposed to be. But you make it that way, and so it does look weird.
I agree with you. I'm with you. Like, y'all know me. I'm with you when you write. And I made it. Oh, DT is here. Had to pick that crown back up. But I'm glad you're here, DT. You know, I live for your commentary on stuff. And I'm not saying that, and you know, I said before all this even transpired, even after she was first attacked, I made it very clear that I'm not going to judge how she reacts after her attack. Like, okay, I'm out to get you. I don't feel like that. I just feel like even though you want to have fun, you still have to be smart.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can have drinks and hang and kick it and whatever. Like, in all honesty, I've sat down and had drinks with actual killers. But what I did not do was sit up and hug and take suggestive pictures and rub up against and walk out of the room with killers. That's what I didn't do.
Yeah. A little smarter,
And
yes.
I wish Wendy would have carried herself just a little bit better, a little bit smarter, because it's not as though she doesn't know these women will lie on her. It's not like she don't know. She knows at this point. Now, how you felt coming in the door is one thing, because you might have had certain preconceived notions. But once you get there and people begin to reveal themselves as chameleons, it's up to you to adjust your behavior based on what they're showing you. And I've seen a little bit of an adjust from Wendy, and I get that she's being smart, she's being strategic. You know, I think Wendy, I don't see her as like trying to make them pick her. Say when the head bully ankles is the EP. Well, she's not a real EP. That's like a nickname that Carlos King gave her. We need to clear that too, because she's not really an EP. But I don't feel like she's being so much of a pick me to them heifers. I think that what Wendy is doing is trying to be likable to the fans. And I think on some level, she thinks that she has to make nice with Team Yellow in order for the fans to like her. That's what I believe she's doing. But I need her to be smarter, because these heifers will lie on her. And at the end of the day, all you really have in life is your good name.
No, yeah, I do agree that Wendy does pay very close attention to what the viewers are saying. And that is very evident. And I do wish that she would pull back on that, because I do think that she is a bit of a pick me in that regard, where it's like, how she presents herself on the show, it's very evident that, like, okay, you're watching Twitter feeds, and like, for example, with how she reconciled with Karen, like, it was just like, girl, what? Like, that is not the energy that you initially came in with, and then, you know, your following season you're acquiescing to Karen. It was just very, very strange.
It was, but now, hey, Destiny, but now let me ask you this, Lauren, because I like your point of view. I'm just asking, don't get me.
Okay.
But is it not possible that she kind of ended up with a different relationship dynamic with Karen because everybody else was treating her so nasty? Because sometimes when you start getting like all these heavy attacks, and sometimes the person that you didn't get along with the worst ends up being the only person that's kind to you, that can make some strange bedfellows.
True. That is true. I I can see that point. I will say, I want to say, I would say that her relationship with Karen is 50-50. That fifth, like half realizing that Karen is a fan fave, and if I want to be popular on this show or liked on this show by viewers, like I need to basically get with the winning team. And then I feel like she was encouraged to do so because the people that she initially planned to be cool with were or had gotten cool with were not seeing it for her. I think there's two parts at play.
Dr. J had a good point here. Wendy's big mistake was thinking her soror was going to take up for her. That was a mistake. That was a huge mistake.
My thing is like, aren't there like ramifications for disagreeing with your soror like in public? I'm not, a member of D9, but
I'm just letting you know there isn't.
Oh wow. Because I was just like, are you allowed to act like that?
Wow. No, like when you're in, you're in. You know what I mean? Like you can have disagreements, but I just kind of wanted to chime in too. Like I think when Wendy first entered the season, she entered in when Candace and Monique were going at it. So at that point, everybody had to pick a side, and like she's just not very good at reading the room. Do you know what I mean? I hate that, people are calling her a pick me or whatever. I just honestly think she just doesn't know where she fits in. And I think she just kind of bit off a little more than she can chew as far as the show. And just Housewives has become just like a lot of people are saying, like this shade fest. I'm an OG Housewife watcher, so I remember like the first like Orange County, like OC, and I think what we really liked about the Housewives was just kind of a look into their life and like the things that they did and the fashions and the cars and and now it's just drama. Do you know what I mean? And I just think I hate that she made that choice, but because her life has been so structured, sometimes she kind of just wants to, let her hair down. But these are not the women that you need to do that with. You need to do that off camera with your day ones, in the Hole in the Wall Club. Like you can't do that on national TV. And I agree with you. I really hate that. But I hate that people are calling her a pick me because like I can see that she does have like genuine, like she wants to be liked. Like I think anyone would want to be liked. Do you know what I mean? So I hate that people are just like she, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm an empath in that way. And I feel her. Like she has a lot, on her shoulders. She's, accomplished in all of her endeavors, and I think she just really wants to kind of just have fun and let loose. And that's why she was laughing at the table when they was like going back and forth, because she was probably lit, you know what I mean, like just kikiing with her, what you think would be her friends, but girl, they not your friends, girl. Like I think the closest thing to her friend would be Candace. I don't think anyone should 100% trust Karen. But I think the closest person would be Candace. But outside of that, girl, they all crazy.
I mean, but if we're gonna be real, one thing about Karen got some little phony, little funny, flaky ways here and there. But Karen is not somebody who's gonna go after you.
She's not. But what you like the whole candle thing that put a bad taste in my mouth. I'm sorry, you're not gonna just, you know what I mean, like.
I don't know. That didn't bother me because I know for a fact that there's no way she could have that ready to launch in the short time it took her to speak to Wendy. So obviously that was something she already had in development. And I feel like just because you call somebody to ask them for help with something, it's not their responsibility to disclose all of their plans to you just because you asked for help. That didn't bother me.
True.
Like that lady don't owe you nothing.
See that.
She came to offer you help when she didn't owe you anything. And the fact that she already had something in development, which is obvious, if she was able to launch like that quick, that was already in development. There's no way it wasn't. The lady owed you
I guess I
nothing.
could see. Yeah, I guess I could see that. But and I don't think it like I think she just kind of like, just shrugged her shoulders about it because I don't think she really brought it up anymore after that. But like for me, like she's kind of 50-50, but yes, she is solid. Karen
Yeah,
is solid
she's not gonna go after you. Now she might not like she might not defend you. Because I've seen that with her. She ain't gonna defend you. And that to me, that doesn't bother me too much either. Because everybody grown, defend yourself.
Right.
But she ain't gonna come after you. Like Robert and Rings, they will set up plot plan, bring in other people, orchestrate plots to attack people.
Absolutely.
Karen ain't never done
Absolutely. Yeah, I could see that. But like I said, that's my opinion. But I don't know. I just hate that. I hate it too. I hate that Wendy put herself in this predicament. But she just, I don't know, maybe she's not cut for it,
Oh, she'll be fine.
I think she's on the wrong show. Like, I feel like Wendy would have done well on like a Married to Law show, like how you have, like, you know what I mean? Like she just,
like with other professionals, like black professional people who are educated. Yes, that would have been great. Hey, Southern Charm and Baby Girl says seriously because no one defends Karen, and that's true. Nobody defends Karen. They attack Karen. They say a lot of filthy stuff about Karen, and people seem to think it's okay, and I'm not sure why. A lot of filth. Like some of the stuff they say about Karen, they go way too deep into the dumpster.
Yeah.
What's it called? How they are treating her, her like DUI. Like I forgot what episode. It was a recent episode where they were talking about how Karen couldn't drive. No one really talked about that, but I was just like, oh, that was kind of nasty for you to say. Like, I don't know.
It was extremely nasty, especially when Karen is like, she got proof that her license has never been suspended.
It was out of pocket and like way from left field. Like Sharice was like giving way too much tea. Like way too much tea.
But it wasn't even tea. Like tea. One thing about tea, hey DT, tea, it has to be true to be tea. If it's not true, it ain't tea. You just lying. Right. And that was the thing that I did see that Andy brought up at the reunion to Sharice. Like, you legit have called this lady everything in the book. Like, you made every accusation in the book toward this woman. And Sharice is sitting there preparing to say, no, she didn't. Like, girl, yes, you did. She's screwing people in the bathroom. She doing this, she doing that, she doing this. The hell? Yeah. The next thing she gonna say is Karen broke in her house and stole her drawers. Like, girl, bye.
I agree. But yeah, I don't know. I hate it. I don't think that she's just as a Black professional, a Black woman in the field that she's in. Like, I hate that she is seen in this light. You know what I mean? Like, I just hate it.
But you're right, you said something happened? Let me put the link in the chat. Come back. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, baby.
No, I was just saying she's grown and she's made her choice and maybe she can, clean it up. I hope so. But
let's not go too far. There's not too much to clean up, okay? She should have not been that loose around me or whatever. But nothing actually happened. Like, I think we shouldn't be doing all of that. I think she just should make sure that she keeps me at arm's length. And yes, this is your job, as you guys said. Like, you want to have fun, but you need to be smart about it, especially for the people who will cross a line when there is nothing there. Like, if something really did happen, okay, but nothing really happened. You saw Mia throughout the episode. The story just kept growing and growing and growing, and that to me is more an issue. And so to me, I feel like that still speaks on the person who's saying it, not the person who necessarily did it when nothing's happened. Because it made me feel like you're hanging out, like the same thing that Sharice did with Karen. The girls are hanging out, having fun, and you video recording and then sending it to the front. Like, what are you doing? You're so lame. And even more so with Mia, because you're lying. You're lying.
Yeah, it's the line for me. I just don't like. To me, that's when it stops being fun. That's something we didn't have an issue with on Atlanta. Right. We didn't see like a bunch of people just making up lies and telling like real scathing lies on. Like, we didn't see that. Even the mess that Candy tried to pull. Oh, Portia lied on me, girl. She told you she heard something about you that you laughed at, and then you went and repeated it to everybody. And I remember that being like a whole scandal. Oh, they lied on me. And it was just nonsense. These heifers have been lying.
Yeah.
Now, this is lying. Somebody telling you they heard something, that's not lying. Hey, Tara Hill, this right here that's going on, now this is lying. I wonder how much Billy Goat crying would Candy have done if they was lying on her, if she'd have ever been lied on like these girls lying on each other.
Man. My thing is like, where's production? Like, where's production? Like, why don't they step in when they realize like these people are literally just saying blatant lies? Like, it's not entertaining when everyone's just watching this and saying this is just not even believable.
I think they need to let them go. Like, I don't want to be doing the Carlos man, but it's like maybe there's a reason why certain, like almost majority of the OGs last for 7 seasons. Maybe there's a reason why, because we get here, because like they need to go. This makes absolutely no sense that this happened, and apparently this stench has been going on since season 6, with this whole Robin and Juan situation. Then we have Ashley and her golem, and whatever foolishness they got going on in their household, which they should have been gone as soon as he touched someone that did not want to be touched. So to me, it's just kind of like, I feel like production set the show up to fail with like letting these kind of things happen. Because I feel like we 7 seasons, and I still feel like I don't really know much about Giselle. I know about Jamal, but I don't really know much about Giselle. Robin, even some people are making the point that Robin was transparent, and like if she didn't want to share this, she didn't have to because she shared everything else. In actuality, Robin never planned to share her financial issues like that. It was Ashley doing background checks and saying how
brought out them $37.51.
Yes. It was Ashley talking about how she had Google alerts for all her castmates and doing background checks to where Robin had to do this because Robin even came out and said she told producers Juan and the situation was off limits. So Robin never intended to be this chill, relatable, how broke I am kind of girl. She never intended to be that. And so you do have it where like you have these OGs set up here who are set up to like again make people miserable, and you have all these new girls who are coming trying to have fun, use the platform wisely and all that kind of stuff, and it's just a miserable experience because it's just like you have these old people on here who production's just letting them run amok.
I think the major issue with Potomac is that from its inception, there was no real like clear direction with the show. I'm forgetting what YouTuber had mentioned this, but originally the Potomac cast was supposed to be about like Jack and Jill. But apparently like the organization is it's kind of like with the D9 situation where it's like, super sacred, you're not gonna profit off of this. So they had to scrap the Jack and Jill show, but they had already filmed they've already had so much footage. So they're like, okay, let's just turn this into a franchise. So that's where you have season 1 where everyone was on this like, well, not everyone. Well, basically the focus of the show was like, etiquette and pomp and circumstance. And then you see like this drastic shift going into season 2. So I think production was just like this. I feel like production has just been going with the flow this whole time because it like I never really understood the point of the show. And even when you think about the DMV, like, or just like housewife franchises in general, Potomac would not be a good fit for a housewife type of show. If anything, you would have expected producers to choose like Baltimore or something. So I think,
well, this is the issue with that. So I heard it and I didn't know it. So I researched it and it was true that this was not initially supposed to be a housewife show. That is actually true. This was supposed to be like around Jack and Jill and like Negro society people. Like this is all this was supposed to be. Okay. Now something happened where that didn't work out and they just kind of like morphed it into a housewife show. Now, in all honesty, I did want to leave this comment up because Southern Charm, we don't know why Karen is the punching bag. We can all guess that it's because Paul Wharton got her on that show and it was not Big Reese. And maybe Big Reese is angry because I didn't cast her and then she became the fan favorite. Not sure. Hazeline, girl, where you been? But anywho, I think that one, the original set of ladies who was supposed to be on that show, they didn't come on with the intention of bearing all like that, because I don't think they were not told that they were coming to be casted for No Housewives show. They decided to stay because every one of them heifers needed a check. Or one of them needed a check. But that was never their intention, I don't believe. If we're being honest about what it is that they, came there for.
Their expectations, yeah.
Right.
I'm in the middle of like you and Lauren in the sense of like, I think Potomac can work. Potomac is, that kind of, I believe it can work. It's just the fact that it's come to a point where we have ladies that don't match that, in a sense that I feel like, you have Wendy is that area. Like, that to me, like, so that makes sense. Wendy is that area. Wendy is the girl who went to school, got all these degrees, is the girl who commenting, and on the weekend she get down with her girlfriends. Like, that is the DMV area. Candace, I think, is the DMV area. You go into Howard, all that kind of stuff. You want to do music. She's heavily involved in politics there and community service, which they don't show on the show. Very heavily involved in
Originally, they did. They started out nice. And then it just got to the
Yeah, but I was talking about like how like Lauren was saying that like it would be like how Winnie doesn't fit. It should have been a married to medicine, professionals and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's just because the women are not on equal caliber. And so what I was saying is like Wendy is what you think of DMV. Candace, I think, is like a young girl who's trying to make her way and all that kind of stuff. Politically involved, is always at some senator talk, moderating it, or doing community service, volunteering, all that kind of stuff. And then doing her singing career, going back to get her MBA. But when you have a Giselle and Robin, what are they doing?
Okay, but it still goes back to look at the timeline. If the original people came on there and it's supposed to be about etiquette and hoity-toity uppity conversations and nonsense. Hey, Cynthia Gross, or whatever. That would explain why Karen came on that first season. Everything was etiquette. Karen was giving me My Mama and Her Friends real heavy when she first came on that show. And I didn't mind it one bit because I grew up with those ladies. It was like, okay, why they got mama or auntie on the show? But okay, cool. Or whatever like that. Those chicks did not come there to do that. That's not what they came there to do. So you got to look at everything after that. Everybody who came on after that came on with the expectations that they were just coming on a housewife show. You get what I'm saying? So they came with the mindset. The Moniques came in, I'm here to do housewives. Candace came in, I'm here to do housewives. Wendy, I'm here to do housewives. These chicks are just there for a check and to do the bare minimum and not tell too much of their business. Now, that's what it looked like to me. I could be wrong.
No, they gotta go.
But it seems like it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all the puzzle pieces come together and it makes sense. You're right. It's like, what? Most of them did, all of them in the beginning, the OGs did not come on with the expectation of that. Because Ashley was supposed to be their punching bag, the one who didn't come from that, doesn't have a pedigree, married the old man, is humping on people and that kind of stuff. And next season, it's a different story. And I guess kind of there's no point in them pivoting. And the only reason why we know about Karen is because things were happening. Things were actively happening in Karen's life, and the women were ruthless about pulling it out.
Yeah, because the only thing they were interested in doing was trying to humiliate her. And in reality, they did her a favor because they helped her morph into a housewife, whereas they never did. They never did. So that's why what we keep getting from them is these manufactured not even plastic, vinyl storylines. Like, oh, Giselle got a new chandelier. Robin took a bath.
Lord.
Juan pats Robin on the shoulder. Ashley is getting a divorce, but not really. Everything they did to try to humiliate Karen actually did her a huge favor. Because it made people like her. It made people see how nasty folks were to her. And they helped turn her into a fan favorite. They did it for her, really. Because Karen didn't know what to do coming in either. Baby girl was saying that that basically Karen was doing what they told her to do. When they got her, it was supposed to be, Little Miss Etiquette, Little Miss Jack and Jill, Little Miss Perfect. You know, let's entertain, let's have house guests, let's look at the place setting, make sure it's perfect. And so that's what she came in doing. And she adapted in those other ones as much as, like Barbara Parker said, as much as they try to age shame Karen, she adapted real good.
She did.
And I'm still shook on the age shaming part when Giselle, like, girl, y'all are age mates. I'm not understanding where it comes from. Or even that comment that Sharice made talking about the old drunk lady. Did y'all forget when y'all started this show 7 or 8 whatever years ago? Karen was just 50. How was she the old black drunk lady? How? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the things that they say, and I guess maybe old is the best insult they can come up with for Karen. It's played.
That's so true, because in the earlier seasons, like, they really were not letting up on Karen. And if you were to zoom out, if anything, I feel like the most ideal target would have been Ashley or Robin, basically. And when I say target, I mean, like, they have the most kind of, like, messed up lives, honestly. But they were really ruthless with Karen. And I remember thinking, like, dang, like, what did Karen do to these people?
It was Giselle. Giselle was gunning for her, like, since season 1, for sure.
Okay, but look at what we know now. It's like everything in hindsight to me makes more sense. They running around, hey, Mo Better Flower Petals. They running around. Oh, Sharice is the real grand dame because she casted us for this show, and the one person she didn't get to cast was Karen. So yeah, they were gunning for her because, like, oh, we didn't pick her. So they tried to pull a Mean Girls on Karen. And it didn't work because here we are all these years later, and she's a fan favorite. When everybody else, like, especially when it comes to Robert and Rings, everybody's favorite thing to do is to pick at one's clothes and the other one's weave. Like, it's nothing. They're not giving anything. You got like 20. I think they got like 20 or 30 fans apiece. Like, really, it's pitiful.
I have a question.
And Nikki did eat Giselle up for the age comments. Go ahead, boo.
So I know everyone's like, production should do a better job, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not too well versed in their role. Do you know what I mean? Because if this is supposed to be semi-unscripted, right? And they're just like, okay, we're going to meet here, go. Like, what is their role in, like how far are they on the leash as far as letting the ladies tell their truth or their lies or whatever? Do you know what I mean?
Well, according to what has been said, it's that, number one, production is supposed to have meetings with these ladies to find out what's going on with their lives. If you listen to Carlos King, which, like I said, whether you love him or hate him, he knows reality TV. He said his thing was he would have one-on-one meetings with everybody on the cast to find out what was going on or whatever. And when they take them to locations, it's supposed to be reality. But what they will do is, like, put a scenario out there or tell somebody, hey, say this in the middle of the conversation to get a reaction out of people. The reactions are supposed to be real reactions, but they can kind of like manufacture situations to get a real reaction out of people.
Gotcha.
Can I add that?
They help like tell a cohesive story. Like, they help tell a story that makes sense. So when they are kind of like, you know, setting up certain scenes, it's to help glue everything together.
It's hard to do. I remember everybody's lying. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to do. I would think.
Yeah, but they're supposed to step in and say stop. They're supposed to step in and say stop. Like, I remember one episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Was it Kimmy? Destiny were going back and forth from Destiny was still married, and she kept going on about like how Kimmy said, "Oh, your man gets chicken." She kept going on and on. Like, there is literally a never before seen where the producer stepped in and says, "You need to stop talking about this. It doesn't matter anymore. We're not even going to air this." Like, if something is not making sense, like this whole season, we were like, "What is going on?" If something doesn't make sense or the argument is dumb and stupid and it should not matter anymore, the journalist is supposed to step in and say, "We need to wrap this up, or we're not going to be filming anymore."
Yeah,
but instead they just let them go on.
Control and make sure things don't do whatever.
Okay.
But now, hold on. Let's talk about this real quick. So the other thing I saw on the finale sneak peek was Ashley, Pennywise, what they call her.
Mm-hmm.
Went trolling up to Candace to basically ask her permission to go confront her husband. For Candace to tell her no, like, we don't want that tonight. Tonight's supposed to be about celebrating. He's not in a place for that. I don't think he's ready to, deal with you doing that or whatever. And you basically, no, just do not confront my husband. For Ashley to then push past her and be like, I'm grown. He's right there. I'm going to run up to him. And then she did. And Chris's response was 100. I'm going to give it to him. I hate to do that because I don't like him. Hey, boom. I have to say that. I have to put my disclaimer in. I don't know where Essence is, but that's my disclaimer. I don't like him, but that his response was 100. And it was just like, basically, if my tweet upset you, oh, well, I was upset. And I was with him on that one.
Okay.
But it was just the idea that, like, this girl, they're so, not just her, but all of them, they're so desperate for a particular moment where Candace is concerned that they're willing to then try to rope her husband in by all means. And they don't care how pathetic and ridiculous it looks. Ashley was so ridiculous. She almost laughed when Candace said that girl was a Sesame Street character and then said, "You're insulting my attractive friend." Girl, where is your attractive friend?
Did you hear Wendy in the background?
Huh?
Wendy in the background after Candace said Sesame Street, she said A, B, C, D, E, F,
G. I heard that.
Hattie.
Mm-hmm. RoboCop, as you call her. Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
RoboCop,
they want to get a reaction out of Candace so bad, and that's like Candace's like behavior in earlier seasons is something that this is one reason why I'm so annoyed by that, because it set up this precedent for everyone to always try to get some over the top crazy reaction out of you. And it's just like, now because of how orchestrated a lot of this like storyline is by like the women on the cast, it's like you can so clearly see when someone is trying to make that moment, and it's so disingenuous. And I am happy that Chris really just like shut it down. I really wish he would have ignored her, but I'm just gonna attribute that to him like not understanding Black social cues. But it's so tiring, and I'm happy that Candace has grown to not give them that all the time.
I'm gonna say not grown. Just pick your moments, because to me, almost every moment she's given Ashley has well deserved. Ashley continuously crosses boundaries with Candace, and then when Candace responds, Ashley goes up and wants to act like her white father and acts like, I don't know why she was upset with me when she asked me to get out of her house multiple times. I don't know why she's upset.
She pulled that crap that night on this preview, Kai, because she was like, I mean, this is childish. Why are we talking through people? Like, you created a situation by lying on somebody and then call them childish because they don't want to talk to you.
And also, the point is, you asked her for permission in the first place, which means you could have gotten a yes or a no. And when you got a no, you should have sat your behind back down. But instead, as Lauren said, to me, it keeps also showing why Ashley does not need to be on the show, because if her dirty husband is not there, she has nothing going on, and she needs Candace for something to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So she doesn't need to be here.
That's true.
Also, how did Ashley's divorce so quickly shift from a A storyline to a very insignificant B storyline. I did not understand that whatsoever.
Because it didn't give what they thought it was gonna give. That's why she's on the reunion talking about, well, the prenup really didn't work out in my favor. And I'm sitting there like, girl, you are a liar.
But actually,
you ma'am are a liar. What it is that you all were never getting a divorce. You never planned to get a divorce, and now you're playing in our face.
Right. And why would she ask her permission and then just go do it? You should have just gone and done it if that's what you.
That was to get a reaction.
Yeah.
Because she could have just walked over to him. Nobody was holding her back. There was no gate. She clearly wasn't asking for permission because she respected Candace. It was, I'm going to ask you so you can say no, so I can push past you and do it anyway, because this should get a response. And I would like to ruin your night because this music thing seems to be something that's going halfway okay for you. And, you know, I had coffee and love and a forehead and a pool. And so I'm just saying.
No, okay. Because I really, something about Ash, she really disturbs some spirit. And really, as I said, why is she here? She had a yoga clothing line that has not been trademarked since the first pregnancy. I'm sorry. Doesn't even have a little dusty podcast like the GEDs. Like nothing. Restaurant, and like every time she tries to make a move, it's so heavily dependent on Mike Ward. He can shut it down whenever he wants. So to me, it's like she's been on here for 7 seasons, and which are wonderful. Children, if you want them, and they can live happily, are wonderful. But that's the only thing she has to show for it at this moment in time. Meanwhile, she'll also sit there and try to belittle what Candace tries to do with her life, and that to me, I'm just like, absolutely.
Okay, there go the head sniper Mimi. She said coffee and an enema. You better say it, girl.
Lord.
And you know, dare I say, Ashley is afraid to be friendly with Candace because she needs that rivalry to make her relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing else happening. Don't nobody want to see little ATM and Moneybag Yo, because we can't talk about the kids, no way. And your children are kind of boring because they little. You know, little children are boring. Unless you the mama and you the one that think they so cute and you nibbling on them little toes and playing with their little fat feet. To other people looking at your babies are boring. I'm just saying. ETC, I don't believe she getting no alimony because she not getting divorced. She say that the prenup ain't work out in her favor. And Wendy Crazy Butt talking about, why you saying that? First of all, it was funny. I was sitting there like, I know y'all don't believe this lying hooker. Y'all better not believe her. I can't take her. Barbara said, do y'all think Ashley is a trouble-starting tattletale to keep everyone from asking hard questions about Michael Darby? I think she does that because she ain't got nothing to offer other than Michael Darby.
Yeah, it's a lot of deflection.
Because she's literally the only person on the show that has nothing going on outside of the show. Like,
hey, she got TikTok. Don't forget that bad dancing on TikTok.
Well, that's new in of itself.
I'm just like, when they were talking about on the show, I'm just like, wow, you really have nothing going on, to the point where they're talking about your TikToks, and she tried to make it seem like it was this whole, like, had this whole deeper meaning, like, yeah, I just feel so freeing, or so freed when I learn a new dance. I'm like, this is a 30-plus-year-old woman talking like this, like
a grown old rusty heifer at her big age.
Like,
is out there with her full chest saying that she feels free and liberated to do weird stiff arm dances poorly.
Like, it's just
I'm tired of seeing children do them little weird creepy dances. If you can even call them dances, they're just weird. Is it me, or is it just over? All of this weird thing they do where all of them seem to like dance with their elbows tucked into their sides, and they wave their arms in circles up, down. They touch themselves, they spin around, they jerk their shoulders and their heads and kick 1 or 2 feet every now and then, and they call it a dance. It's not.
Well, it's
a conniption fit poorly set to music.
It's this new generation. My son is 13. Like, that's all he does is do the sturdy and all of those little TikTok dances. I'd be like, boyfriend, go on. So I get it.
It's weird. It's freaking weird. And then for somebody the age of Ashley Darby, I don't even know her real age, but it looks like I know for sure every year she's been on this show, her forehead is expanded. So just by her forehead, I know she's over 35.
A little bit.
I think she's a year younger than Candace.
That wig was pushed back. When I tell you that wig was put, like, she needed a little bang or something for the reunion.
Needing a bang. Every year she's with Michael from Edges. She's been gone.
So you saying she like her beat down low and her wig let back?
She boy. Okay.
Also, I would say that Ashley like doesn't dress like a woman that is married to a millionaire. Like, she always gave me regular. I never understood her always kind of like throwing Michael's money like as like a comeback at women, because I'm just like, or in earlier seasons, because I'm just like, girl,
he don't let you
give. Like,
yes,
you're not giving.
Come on, Lauren. Come on, because it's they're regular rich people. I went to school with them that they don't care. They'll walk around and maybe they'll have Lululemon on, but you maybe not see the brand. Their hair is wet and they just look like they just roll out of bed. But the fact that Ashley is always bragging about it, I'm like, how you act like you got the black Amex in your wallet right now, and you can swipe it whenever. When it's clear, all of your clothes come from Fashion Nova and Rainbow, and you don't even have a decent purse.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think now she uses Monique's glam team or something, or was using them, and even then, like, it just still wasn't working. I don't know.
Girl, her mother is Mrs. Underbridge. Like, let's not forget that.
No.
Oh, Lauren said it's still not going. It's still not going. It's still not happening for her.
I'm just up here for the Kikis. Oh my goodness. Lord, not Mrs. Underbridge.
Mrs. Underbridge, like with the Hobbit, Frodo was Frodo's neighbor was Mr. Underhill, because it's rude to ask people last name, and since I don't know her mama last name, I'm gonna just call her Mrs. Underbridge.
Yes, thank you, Lauren, because I'm just like you. Every time she had to fight, well, my husband is rich. Well, I'm not broke with Wendy. My husband's a millionaire. He owns the company. I'm like, girl, what do you own? What is he letting you do? Because he wouldn't even let you run that restaurant successfully. He walked in that meeting and told everyone you were not the manager and shut it down.
Well, here's the thing. In his defense, I know he's being cheap, but
okay, your call.
I gotta put the clause. I gotta, say my disclaimer. I know we don't like him. Okay, I know he's cheap. But when we say he wouldn't let her run it successfully, was she even capable?
Okay.
Y'all know me. I'm for what's right. Now, whether I like somebody or not, we got to be fair across the board. If you were in his position, would you allow her to run a business with your money?
I mean, he opened it before her.
Yeah, but that was for somebody else to run. It wasn't for her to run.
Okay.
She tried to be a little too hands-on, and that man said, "Not with my goddamn money." And I don't blame him. Like, I know we don't like him.
I see you.
But if you were in his position, you wouldn't have let her been doing nothing with your money either.
But I guess, for him to walk in there and blast her in front of the employees, that's a private conversation. It might can still be on camera, but you do that at your penthouse. You don't come to the place of business and blast her like that.
This man is frugal, and that's why he still got money. And he probably saw something real stupid she did, and he said, "The hell with that."
Okay.
So he said, no, we have to go to the job site. This cannot be handled at home.
I'm gonna do this on camera.
Michael did the right thing. I agree with you, Paige. That man said, "Look, I might be a creep. I might be Grabby McGrabber's team, but what we not gonna do is mess up the cash flow."
Okay.
I don't blame him. No. I know we don't like him. That's the disclaimer, but no. Everybody is not a Chris Samuels. Now, Monique messed up all that money. Chris was like, child, I don't care.
Yeah,
Start something else.
Baby. Shit. That's what I'm talking about. I love that.
I know. Okay. Yeah, Uncle Michael. Get that leash on that woman.
Deluxe, not tomato. Blue. Large. The thing I got. Okay. Y'all don't listen, don't mind me. My baby says she going somewhere. It's wonderful when your kids can drive.
No, absolutely not. That was a crime against humanity. Driving is a lie.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to tell X to go to the store and go get me some milk.
Don't hate. I got grown.
Lord.
No, we are tired of it.
See, y'all still at that age where your mama can send y'all to the store, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah, she could be sending me to the store sometimes.
That's all right. Do it for her. Because, see, she was having to change Pampers and stuff. So you got to show love to mommy. Mo better say, yep, that's why she can never handle Candace's mouth. Ashley and Gizzard are both a little delayed. Yes. That's all I'm saying. Y'all can't expect that man to throw his money down the drain for her.
Wait, I don't know. Did anyone see her little interview on the news channel?
And I was going to talk about that next. She lied on Candace. She misled, lied on Candace. And I have Candace's response whenever y'all ready.
Okay. But I see they keep playing these little games too. Oh, she used big words, and I'm happy for her vocabulary. But the dictionary, girl, what were the big words in this Twitter thread? And are you telling me you're uneducated? Because that's what you're telling me, essentially. Since you didn't understand it. Because I understood it.
First of all, let me just say this. When it comes to Ashley annoys my soul with, and it's not just her, because Robin annoyed my soul too when she finally learned antagonize. Someone taught Ashley the word innocuous.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
And she's used it more than once. You start getting redundant with words, and I know that I've never heard you use such a word before. It begins to scratch at the back of my nerves, like at the base of the nerve. Because she sat there again when she was asking Candace's permission, like his tweets, even if they were innocuous, it didn't feel that, like you just got through saying that his tweets wasn't, that his messages to other people inboxes weren't innocuous at the vineyard. Now you saying that something wasn't, he might have meant it to be innocuous, but it made you feel a certain type of way when he tweeted what. Like, girl, stop with the innocuous. Who taught her this word? Who is responsible for this? Is this production? Or one of you all?
Maybe they got together and picked a word for the season. Each of them had their own word.
Right? Or y'all teaching these heifers one word a month? Because I know y'all do a lot of stuff. I be watching y'all. So
that was her word for the day.
That was it, but she brought it back. And when I start seeing that, I feel like it is a telltale sign that you are lacking in a certain arena. You're lacking in your linguistics. You are not able to verbally joust with anybody. And yet your mouth is always open. It's disturbing. Hey, L'Oreal.
Hey.
How you?
I'm doing good.
All right, pretty lady.
So
okay, go ahead.
My thing is with Candace, and did she not turn right around and tell her the same thing about her man again? But she claimed that she told her in private, which she did when they was on that trip years ago. Tell her about, him taking the lady to a room or whatever. But she just blatantly just said it at the table in front of everybody after she said she didn't want to hear nothing. She did the same thing to me that Ashley done to her. After she complained about it. And then
I don't understand.
I think I follow. So I remember. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Destiny, hold on, because I want her to explain that to me again, because I'm paying attention, but I'm also trying to put my McDonald's order in. So y'all got
yeah. I'm over here making something too, but listen.
Now I'm trying to be honest about this thing.
Candace said, she was like, what Candace's complaint to Ashley was, why didn't you, tell me that in private? Like, you wouldn't talk to the other girls about him flirting with what she called a girl, Elmo, at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she was saying in retrospect, she told her something about Michael before, which she did when they was on that trip. But she did pull her to the side. She still told Giselle first. So to me, it still was the same thing. Because once you tell Giselle, you done told everybody. But
that's true.
Right. But she did pull her to the side and tell her, okay, one of my friends saw Michael at the bar. That was when he had got outed for, and he came out and said he did go to a hotel room with a lady, but they didn't do nothing. Which was, right. But in this same trip, after they brought that up at the table, Wyndham had them bring it up to hash it out. And then they agreed not to bring nothing else up or whatever. Candace turned right back around, but she was saying, when Ashley was saying that her and Michael are in a good place, that it's kind of wishy-washy. Mm-hmm. And she turned right around and said, well, one of my friends just saw Michael. No, she said it wasn't none of her friends. It was her husband.
Seeing him down to the W with a woman, and she was ugly.
We throwing somebody else's husband under the bus, went home and told his wife. You see how they do the same thing?
Well, actually, no. I don't see it the same way, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you exactly why. Number one, when Candace was at the vineyard and was like, why you ain't tell me this at the house? It was because Ashley was pretending as though, well, I'm bringing you, out to dinner by yourself because I know you didn't want me talking about stuff in front of people. You say that's what I do. And then she turned around and still did what she did at the vineyard and told that lie about Deborah. And she knew she was lying when she told it, and production confirmed it. That David Allen Grill was lying, and she tried to flirt with Chris, and Chris ain't said a darn thing to David Allen Grill.
David Allen Grill.
Now, and then after that, you know what I'm saying? Not only did she tell the lie, she sat there, doesn't feel good, does it? Like, what do you mean doesn't feel good, does it?
Yeah.
Candace ain't never lied on your husband, but you sure came in here and lied on hers.
So now, so that's the difference. Okay,
that's the difference. Okay, and then so when she let her know too, also you got to bear in mind, according to Ashley, and if it's a lie, Ashley told it, right?
Right.
He say they not together no more. So that ain't nothing she need to say in private, because after all, you saying you divorcing me.
Right. So that's true. That's true.
If you divorcing the Precious, you shouldn't mind hearing that the Precious was at the W with an ugly woman.
True.
The Precious.
So how do you feel about Miss Karen though?
I feel
after she
like
talked all that mess about Giselle, her album one, saying that he made her feel uncomfortable. I said, here we go again.
Well, no, because Karen been hinting at this tea for a minute. Hey, Republican, she been hinting at it for a minute, and not only that, I feel like Robin brought this on herself, and she brought it on Juan. Because if you look back at the footage, if you roll that beautiful bean footage, when they was at the wig shift party, Karen was being cool. Robin was steady trying to throw dirt. Are you afraid of what you're gonna say when you're drinking? And Karen said no, but you need to worry about what Juan say when he drunk.
Oh yes, she did.
I think the biggest thing that Karen was throwing at her was not so much that she believed it, but the fact that your man was drunk and talking crap. So this is what your husband said. Now nobody had to know what her husband said.
Right.
And the fact that Robin put herself in the weasel suit. If Sharice and Karen was going back and forth, why the hell was Robin trying to jump in it? Other than her big masculine tail like to jump people. And you jumped in it. You went to saying all kind of nasty stuff. Karen took it some type of way, and she said, I ain't covering for Juan no more. Now we're going to talk about the hugging, the titty squeezing, and the fact that you was drunk talking about you wanted a threesome with Auntie Karen. Do I believe he meant it? No, I don't believe he meant it. But do I believe he said it? Yes, I do believe he said it, because we ain't never seen Karen flat out tell no bald-faced lies on nobody.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I believe
he said it.
Yeah, I do. I believe he said it in fun, but he said it.
Oh yes.
He said it.
I believe he was drunk, having a good time, had his guard down. He ain't mean no harm. But I'm gonna tell you something else. I noticed we ain't seen him back to another reunion after that.
So like, and she reported it to Bravo, but in public wise, she didn't name no name.
And her preacher and her husband, she had to get counseling from the pastor and all.
I thought it was gonna be G. I had no idea.
I tried to tell y'all it wasn't Uncle G because she said 3 years ago and Uncle G was not there. Y'all
on
didn't
the
want to
show.
believe.
Oh man,
I thought it was one from the beginning because, as you said, he's been disappearing. She's always said that little piece, worry about what Juan's doing, all that kind of stuff. To me, I felt like it wasn't Jay, and I just felt like it could have been anyone else because I feel like her and Mike are too contentious. You have to remember, Karen said a whole system to cease to ask and shut her up. Michael would never be that close to Karen. So the only person left to me is Juan.
Right. But like I couldn't call it. I didn't know what she meant, and I tried not to put my mind on it because I don't like to figure out stuff. I'd rather you just say it and get it over with. Like for real. Like y'all know I play a little blues together. Yeah, I play a little blues clues, but I don't be wanting to play blues clues because if I'm gonna talk about you, I'm gonna talk about you.
So do you believe that Robin is fired?
No. I think that Andy is trying to save her neck. That's why he want to do this extra segment, like a special segment with just her. That's bullcrap. She should have told the truth. That way all the ladies could have had to say what they wanted to say about it. I think that Andy is doing that special segment with her to try to save her job because what she did was worth firing. And let me say this here while I'm at it. While I don't like skin your pores, because she's a huge liar and I can't hardly take her. I have a problem with the fact that Bravo had the nerve to fire her for hiding her life and sneaking and getting married and all this stuff. But this clear woman, she ain't even clear Jason. Like she stay in the house with him. She can do something even worse, hide her truth, and then tell it on a podcast and charge people for Patreon to hear the real story when you on a whole reality show. Now, had that been Kenya, they would have fired her and never brought her back. Now, you can fire that black woman for not doing something that's terrible. Robert Dixon, Roberto, what y'all call it, don't need no job. And see what the problem is going to be for me. If it ain't a crap storm on social media, I'm gonna be through with everybody.
For sure. I agree.
Candy had to literally sneak Kenya on the show basically when Kenya was pregnant because she was still on punishment then. Like I'm honestly not even here for this sit down. Like what other information is there? We all know
I don't want to know nothing.
Exactly. Like she gave all the information or the truth that she wants to tell us because that story was crazy. Like, what is she gonna say?
Lauren, that story was stupid. I was like, girl, you are letting me for like
he got a hotel room to help her out, all right.
Oh, I'm just like, you sound stupid. There's no way. You would have to marry me first before I got on anywhere and spilled that story and went, oh my gosh, he was just being stupid. And like, he just went down there and just put his heart down and just left. No.
Why is she telling Juan's story? Like, I'll be damned if my husband...
Juan ain't finna come on their TV and tell his business and explain nothing about his real girlfriend to y'all.
Robin is literally, she really is like the most like pathetic housewife, honestly. Like, I really don't understand how she got casted for this show. I don't really like seeing her scenes with her family. Like, whenever she's in contention with the ladies, she's too aggressive. Like, she has this violent energy. Like, for example, like when she goes at Karen, for some reason, I don't know why she just hates Karen, but she has like the strength of 1,000 men when she's arguing.
That's that testosterone now. You don't know whether she got prostate issues or what, but
like
that's that raging testosterone. Or maybe she got, I would say roid rage, but it don't look like she work out.
Like, I really do not know how she made it on the show. Like, I saw like a clip from the earlier seasons, and there are snapshots of their home or their townhome. I'm like, how did she get on this show with this like show that's about affluence with this like starter home for a recent like college grad? Like, how, like
because it wasn't original. You gotta go back to what we know now. It was not originally supposed to be a housewives show, and Sharice got her on that show, which is why they still made it Karen, because Karen went through Paul Wharton and did not go through Big Reese.
Just
now, why Sharice
season 2?
And I feel like Big Reese was fine with bringing, big masculine Robert on there.
Oh God.
I don't know what their secrets are. Hey, DT.
Hi everybody. How are we all?
Hi.
Hi, DT.
How are you?
Hi. Happy belated birthday, Seanitra. I hope Hawaii was wonderful for you.
It was.
I don't
on.
think she was saying she was already separated until the show started.
Yeah, she wasn't telling us that, because the whole first season, Big Reese kept lying, saying that they was together, and that man wouldn't come nowhere near her.
Not at her other show. He wasn't fooling with it either. And this is the thing though. The husbands don't get paid no way though.
Yeah, but
usually the wives get some of
because it's a show about
right.
But this is
if you're built like Olaf the Snowman,
they want to. If your husband is not going to be a part of the show, that means you're not able to show your whole life.
Right.
Exactly.
If you're built, that's the stuff that got Kenya fired. And if they can fire that black woman for it, I'm gonna need the rest of them to line up and get your pink slips.
Exactly.
So they really fired Kenya when that season she was just real quiet to the end. They had fired
her go.
Yeah.
They let her go.
Yeah, she went to NBC to get her job back. Yeah, she went to NBC Universal.
They had the nerve to fire her. Whether I like her or not, that's not appropriate. If it's good for her, then it should be good for Roberto, for the Lord of the Rings, and everybody else, including Pennywise the Clown.
And the thing is, they hired her without a husband to begin with. So what in the world was they doing?
Right, but she when he got married and she hid it, whether it was a real fake or whatever, she went and did it, and she didn't put it on Patreon, but behind a $5 paywall. But she went and got married, and she didn't include them, and they weren't allowed to film it because at that time Mark did not want anything to do with that show. He had an arrangement for her to pay off them taxes, and she was supposed to get a baby, and they fired her.
So I just thought about this. Robin had them people pay what $15 for her to get on there and tell him he just went to the hotel room, didn't do that.
Yep.
No, sir. No. And the thing
is, Seanitra, I also wanted to.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. DT.
Oh no! I just wanted to say I wanted to introduce everybody to this wonderful wedding picture.
Yeah, I saw you, DT. I was like, "What is this mess?" Made for something else.
DT in these pictures, Lord.
I'm actually gonna drop off. I just wanted to say good night to everyone, and then happy birthday again, Seanitra's. Great chatting with you all.
Okay, I'm so glad you came to holler at us.
Yeah, there's a lady in the comments mentioned Housewives of OC. I like them when it first started, the whole franchise.
Yeah,
but all of them didn't have no money.
I agree.
But some of them did.
Wait, okay, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
but most of them did.
It really was showing their friends. These people, how they piecing them together now, they just piecing them. They know of each other, but they don't fool with each other. And I think that's the big difference too.
Yeah.
Because some of them be married, but they was really, in a friend circle, and this is my friend. She might not have as much money. She's single. She's dating. She a part of the clique too. So I don't know. That's what they doing. That's what they missing up. Just trying to piece these people.
I miss OC. Beginning OC, that girl, that 16-year-old, got a whole new car because her window wouldn't roll down. A whole new brand new Mercedes. That's what I was watching. Now when it comes to Potomac And we got foolishness of Robin and this fake wedding and Giselle and these little Gucci Fiats or whatever, Mini Coopers or whatever they are. And this build a house situation, this Lego piece together. And it's not it. And I have a question for everyone, if you can answer this. I'm trying to figure out, why did Robin pull this stunt to begin with? Because this is the girl from COVID. Like Karen's talking about somebody else. The girl from COVID, she's been trying to get her story out there for I think at least half a year. And yes, Giorgio, I think the blogger can be a little bit more popular now, but people weren't really running with this story like that. So I'm confused why all of a sudden Robin decided to get on her podcast, say little bits and pieces, and then say, come to Patreon. I'll tell you how he went during the middle of the pandemic to pay for a woman he did not know hotel, and he just left. I'm trying to figure out what pushed her, what motivated her to do the dumbest thing she's ever done for her job.
She didn't have a choice because the side chick came out.
Right.
Been out.
But this is the problem. The girl was about to put out the receipts from the hotel. That's why she had to come up with that dumb lie.
And okay, so that happened earlier today. So you're saying it's
like the girl. I'm gonna pretend like the girl he been going with, like, oh no, it's not that. This is just since the pandemic. Girl, he been going with that chick over there in Georgetown. Quit lying.
That's why she was so sad. I'm gonna
so
tell you,
are you saying he should rather tell the COVID story?
She was so mad, she was shaking when she called Juan. And then to top it all off, she called him, telling him about the chick in Georgetown. He was mad because that's his actual woman. Now, the chick that he met over there at that hotel, I'm pretty sure he had some explaining to do to his actual girlfriend about why the hell was you at a hotel with a chick paying for a room.
So basically you're saying she'd rather say the pandemic story than the Georgetown story.
Right. Yeah, she would rather tell the pandemic story because that's embarrassing than to just say he got a long-term relationship with this other lady that he been going with.
That's the thing though, like, if it wasn't gonna work out, like, just tell your story. Like, some of the people relate to you, especially going through that mess through the pandemic, even though you was lying about it. Even if she'd have told that lie, somebody would have related to it, because everybody was getting into it with their spouse during the pandemic. Everybody stuck in the house at the same time. You didn't got to go to work. I mean, people would have related to that. It would have made her have some relevance on the show other than being Giselle's side chick. But here's the thing: if you don't need a man, you done divorced them, you come in and say, I divorced them, but we roommates. The hell? It would have been empowering to see her. Okay, he finna move and get his own place. I'm finna start back dating and being a single woman, because these people act like they got a reset button on their life. You get one life, baby. Them kids, you can't live your life for your kids, although you love them, but they're gonna have to do some understanding. Me and your father just not together, baby. You know, and he loves you and I love you.
Now, L'Oreal, sis, you know them kids done already accepted they not together. You saw what they said.
Yes, it's really the adults.
Talking about, well, we gonna get married. That baby was like, well, child, I thought that wasn't happening. When the baby said that, I was done. He looked like more mature than the grown people. And I watched it back, y'all. The look on Juan's face, Juan was sitting there like, this your mama with this mess. He wasn't even invested in her life
at all. Even when they was arguing about the prenup.
That's another theme about Potomac.
Okay, Robin.
What's that, DT?
I was gonna say that's another thing about Potomac. The children are more mature than the wives.
No child.
For real. Seriously.
It's disturbing. That baby say, he say get married. I thought that wasn't happening.
He is absolutely right.
That would have been enough for me.
Because look at the Giselle twins. When they told them mama that wasn't it about their own daddy. The twins had
they weren't feeling it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Her children have to, like, they have to mother her, because they had to tell her don't put that foot rag on her face. Giselle don't have
Lord.
Why you bring up the foot rag again?
Girl, because it disturbed me. Athlete's face. And Grace looked like she was horrified. Like, girl, that is a foot rag you putting on your face. She don't have good sense.
And they were also telling her how to dress properly.
Yes.
I'm like, mother, please do not put that dress on.
Right, because they know she can't dress. That's a mess. But I'm gonna tell you what I live for. I live for that daddy, her daddy. I was like, when her daddy come
Yes, God. Graves, there go. Daddy Graves was not playing. Daddy Graves said he got six outside children. He got 6, 7 babies. I said, oh, Daddy Graves. Y'all, I was
Daddy was like,
do
not invite me out for this foolishness, baby.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Daddy Graves had me holding my chest. I was like, Daddy Graves, somebody get Daddy Graves. Why is this happening?
That's right, Mimi. That's right, Mimi. Juan's eggplant is a elite gold member of Delta Airlines.
Mm-hmm. Oh, United Airlines. He got that member club over. Listen, DT, he might be like United Airlines. He might have that member club at the airport.
Yeah, so he must go through pre-TSA and first class.
Yes, so pre-check, baby. He ain't standing in line for nothing.
Exactly. He needs to get to his real woman really quickly.
Yes, sir. He knocking down doors and windows getting there.
He told Rob, I make my money
airplane
anyway,
engines, flight attendants.
So what did y'all think about Chris telling Giselle, like, what did I ever do to you? Like, I done lost money, business, and everything behind this. Like, what did I ever do to you? And she's sitting up there looking confused, like, girl, you know you lied on that boy. I couldn't get over that. She quick to tell a lie, and then when somebody check her, she go to looking confused. Did y'all see that?
Oh, we saw it. And that's why, why she shouldn't be there, because she's gonna sit there and oh, I didn't do that, and it's gonna look stupid, because like you know exactly what you did. Like, I'm sorry, we know the underbelly of like wealthy people is nasty, but nobody wants to hire a chef or anything that has that out about them. Maybe in secret if it's amongst ourselves, but if the public knows something, oh, absolutely not. And you can pretend like you don't know what's going on. Like again, she's a dangerous woman.
Very dangerous. And I thought that was real trifling. Real trifling. They can switch it on. That's all I can say. She has, I'm saying too much because I'm from the South and get to talking. Too many of them other traits coming out in that moment. Because she switched that on. Well, what did he do? He didn't do nothing, but I was just uncomfortable. Girl, get your life.
Right.
Get your life. And drugs it on.
Well, let's remember also, she didn't even say he didn't do anything or didn't say anything until she was asked. Candace had to ask her, did he say something or do something, for her to say no. She didn't come up and say, you know what, he didn't say anything or do anything inappropriate, but I did like the opposite. Candace and Karen had to ask her if he did anything for her to explicitly say no. I think she would have never said that if no one asked her.
At all. At all. And at least Robin had enough sense to say, nah, I don't agree with this one.
You don't play.
Robin was playing good cops
like that, man. You don't play, but you don't play with stuff like that. You don't play with like essay, allegations and stuff. Like, especially not now. You know what I mean? And now you just throwing it around. Like, come on, man, that was weak. She's weak. She gotta go. I'm tired of her. I'm tired of Robin. Like, it's ridiculous. And
I don't understand why she can't find a date nobody decent. For the life of me. And what was that man named? Sheldon?
Sherman.
That's all she could do. And he was already somebody else's husband that they knew.
Right.
Ooh. I can't believe it. She had nothing going. But like she said, I just want to spend time with my kids. Girl, do you spend time with them, or do you spend more time in everybody else's business?
Oh. So now, can we talk about Ashley in this interview?
Yeah.
So, my understanding was that she tried to smear Candace during this interview. Now, that's the way I took it. Because she was like, she went off the production, and she did this, and she did that. I'm trying to find it so I can play it for y'all real quick. Hold on.
Wait, Paige, what did I do?
Huh?
DT, you know absolutely what you did. Don't even play. Don't even play.
DT always know. Bad self. But yeah, it's just the idea that she literally went. Here it is. I'm gonna play it. Hold on. Okay, I want y'all to hear the audio.
1 or 2 pieces pieces or the whole thing? Yeah. All right. Well, Candace, she is one to give a piece of her mind, 1 or 2 pieces or the whole thing. She went off on the whole pie. She went off on the bosses on Bravo. Why is that? So this is particularly about someone who works at our production company, Truly Original. She recently was honored because she is such a powerhouse in what she does. And she made a comment about how she appreciates that the shows are successful because we are authentic with our lives, and she actually spotlighted Kandi Burruss. And I guess Candace is refuting that as to what authentic actually is. And, I didn't read the whole thing. Someone tagged me in it. I was like, really, y'all? It's too early.
I read it all, and I was like, kept going back and rereading some of the tweets, trying to figure out.
Yeah, it was hard to figure out what
flow.
Yeah, she used a lot of big words. I do appreciate that she has a big vocabulary, but I just don't know if the diction and where she chose to use those words was appropriate. Are you and she on good terms? No. Are we ever? I don't know. Yeah. But I to me, that was uncalled for personally, because we are in the same industry, and these people do work really hard to make our show. We don't agree always with what they do, but essentially we know what we signed up for. And so if you don't do the show then. Okay.
But the comment wasn't about Candace. It was about someone else, and Candace then took a problem with what she said.
Okay. Yeah, her name wasn't specifically said, Candace's name.
So I guess people are surprised in why she was so invested in what was said.
I don't know. You'll have to ask her. All right. Well,
okay, so y'all heard the bull crap. First of all, ma'am, you can't question nobody's diction when you have the vocabulary of a 3rd grader. And you're just now at your big age learning the word innocuous. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, I've never read any tweet that Candace has ever written that I wanted to take a red pen to. I don't know that Ashley has the wherewithal to write anything well or otherwise. I think that's why she went live during the colorism portion of the program and just kept rubbing sweat off her forehead. She wasn't able to just pin something. Now, let's take a look. Well, let me go ahead and read for you what Miss Candace had to say in response to the lies. Okay? So this is what was originally said, and then her response to Ashley and the Clear Woman's lies on this show. So this is what Candace said originally. I'm really disappointed and hurt that we're on a show about sharing our lives. Robin is someone that I thought was honest and open about her life, as she expected and demanded of each of us to be honest about our lives. It's hurtful that she chose not to and watch my husband be dragged for lies when she had a true story to tell. I looked at her like a sister, a friend, and I thought I knew who she was. This definitely made me question if I knew who she was. Okay. Then she says, after everything went down with her releasing all this stuff, it brings into question every interaction that we've had and everything that she said. Has she always been honest? I don't know. I don't like being in that place. She goes on to say, I do want to clear up one thing as well about my tweet regarding this situation. My commentary was directed at Robin and the people that helped Robin keep her real story under wraps in exchange for lies about my husband. I don't ever want anyone to think that I'm blaming or disparaging our production company or our network, who have always been very good to me and have helped me to successfully launch a music career and a film career, and always been honest, even when it wasn't in my favor. I appreciate neutral, honest machines and our production company and our network. So clearly, Ashley on that bull crap again. She sat there on that interview and said that, well, I didn't read it. So why would you sit up and say that she was saying this and she said that and her diction? You didn't even read it, according to you.
See there, talking about it's too early, and just went on to the next thing and made up her own little whatever. She read it though, but she wanted to throw her own spin on it.
And to try to create some type of media.
Was clearly part of that mess. She was part of the sit down.
Yeah, she was definitely a part of that meeting. She was all in. And so was Lil Robert. Lil Robert was part of that. Lil Robert said, okay, so the role I'm gonna play, I'm gonna pretend like I don't believe it, but I'm gonna use that as a means to spread it. I'm gonna spread it by telling people I don't believe it. Like they tried to do to Wendy when it came to her husband. They knew it was a lie. They had already discussed it on text message, but then we're going to get on the show and we're going to put it out there to the world by saying we don't believe it. Now, the last time y'all did that with Wendy, you almost got your behind toe up on camera. And then that wasn't enough. The girl read you for pure filth. You still mad about it all this time later. And then you try it again with Candace, and you still mad because Giselle is, because Candace refused to speak to her. It's like she could be in the room with her, and I've been watching very carefully, y'all. Candace has blatantly refused to even greet Giselle. I'm watching her. She ain't said hello. She ain't said, hey, bye, boo, jack, dog, kiss my foot, nothing.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
That's true.
Right. She refuses to address them. Refuses.
So basically, they need to recast because these people boring.
They do. But not before Andy Cohen is drug across hot coals for being an accomplice in this colorism and this nonsense that they're doing on this show.
Yeah, because they done took it too far this season.
And he's a part of it. And he needs to be held. He needs to be held accountable. His feet need to be held to the fire.
And it really started with Monique.
A lot of
the only one they really wasn't doing it to was Sharice, because I guess she the one that bottomed in. But
nah, they attacked her before. I was looking at the clip of when Giselle was up there telling her, well, you slept with the fireman. You told Robert you slept with the fireman.
Oh, yes, I did.
The only reason they're not going after her right now is because she's helping them to be nasty and attack Karen.
Yeah.
That is the only reason. Plus, they want to bring in a black girl that they feel like is beneath them. Simple and plain. Them two black girls making them look like dog food is doing something to their nerves.
That's a mess. It's a mess. And Carlos said that he felt like Mia thought she was going to bring her real life to the table. When she came in, she was like, what, huh? She don't know what to do. And I kind of believe that too, because I'm like, she is all over the place. Now, her lies that she coming up with ain't making no sense.
Right. Well, she came in and I agree with Carlos on that one too. Unfortunately, she came in being very transparent all the way down to her labiaplasty.
Right.
And then once she saw that everybody else was being fake and telling lies, she was like, well, let me tell a few. The problem is she ain't smart enough to keep her lies straight.
Right. They don't even connect. They don't even make no sense.
They don't connect, and that's because they don't put Mia in the meetings. The one time they put Mia in the meeting was when she tried to attack Wendy, and that went south and looked like they ain't had her in another meeting since.
And that's why they didn't say nothing.
Exactly.
Because, she was, you're right about it. Cancel the whole thing. I like the Potomac thing. I like them. I was excited because, I love Housewives of Atlanta, but it was like, how they can just bicker. I think Kenya, although I love Kenya took Housewives to another level of tit for tat. It was a little bit of tit for tat, but it was a little real with Nene. It wasn't no every episode. You know what I'm saying? But he came in, it was really girl fightish. I was like,
it got real childish and girl fightish.
Yes.
But I'm gonna say this though. I know everybody want to put that on Nene, not on Nene, on Kenya. And y'all know I don't like Kenya pores. Y'all know I don't like her. However, I don't lay all of that at Kenya's doorstep.
No, she fell in line, but she just took it double time.
I feel like Candy was the downfall of that show.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Definitely.
I believe that. I feel like, for one, they started off with a cast of people who knew each other or had some sort of relation to each other, the same social circle. When they brought Candy in, she was not a part of that social circle. She wasn't married, engaged, and none of the rest. She came in with this extra snotty hood type thing happening. The rooster comb 27-piece with the red weave in it. Yeah. I didn't like nothing she was bringing to the table. She brought nastiness into it that was not there before. It was a little bit of shade, a little playfulness, a little crazy, a little dramatic stuff between the ladies, but it was nothing stank, nasty, and just dank until Candy. Yeah. And then when Kenya came in, it was just like, okay, it was more of the same. But I just don't feel like we can lay all that on Kenya. I really feel like Candy was the downfall of their show. And she been there all this time. Oh, I'm the lone person that been here the longest. Girl, so is black mold if you don't scrape it out the house. But it doesn't mean that it's beneficial.
Right.
She brought nothing to that show. She has not been beneficial. She is boring as hell. I've never had a cavity, but I would just rather get a root canal than to watch Candy.
You know what I like about Candy? It's not Mama Joyce. What's the sister name that say Todd came to you? It was a setup. I love her. I can't even think of her name right now. I love her. I was like, when they gonna bring her back to the show?
Wait, talking about Mama Joy's sister, Miss Bertha?
Yes, it's Aunt Bertha.
Miss Bertha.
Love her.
Yeah,
I like them
old ladies. Was cute.
I like them old ladies. I love Mama Joyce.
Mama Joyce be getting on my nerves sometimes, but she was bringing the fire though. That was the only thing Candy could about because Todd boring.
Like Todd doesn't bore me. Todd raised my blood pressure. I can't stand a little bit of kind of man that want to steal money because his fingers are small. He could slip in your purse. You won't even know it. I don't like him.
That's what Mama Joyce say. She ain't burnt too. They didn't lie though. They didn't lie. And as loud as they was talking when all the mess was going around with him messing with her friend, I believed it though. I did.
Carmen.
Yeah, because that was too loud. Carmen was way too loud about it. I said, baby, you acting like you guilty. Hold on, wait a minute. You sure is screaming loud. Are you sure? You ain't ever messed with that little man?
I didn't believe that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't believe that. I think Mama Joyce was reaching, but I understood why she was reaching. I probably would have tried it too to get that thing away from my daughter.
Yeah.
Like on the real. I would have accused him of going with Honey Boo Boo Mama if I could have. Anybody.
And birthing them is their own show.
They do.
They really are.
I will watch the old lady game. For sure.
Me too.
That's my Steve.
And the rest of them can go. So with Nene Leakes allegedly winning her lawsuit and getting a deal for her own shows, you think she's gonna come back to Housewives or she gonna have her own little spinoff?
I really don't know. I hope she don't. Lord, look at the picture of Tadrika that DT got. Look at Tadrika, y'all.
You do it so fast.
Lord, Drika.
Look like his daughter.
No, his daughter pretty now. Don't do that.
She really looked like her granny. I'll take that.
Yeah, that little girl is she's a pretty girl.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful.
She seems like she got a sweet personality.
Right.
I think Todd too hard on her though. Do y'all see that?
I don't know whether he's hard on her. I told y'all back during the season, I don't think that he's necessarily hard on her. I think he was working an angle trying to manipulate Candy into not doing for her daughter, and he didn't care about neglecting his child. It's like if I gotta neglect you to try to maneuver her into not spending on her child, then I'm willing to do it. I think he's selfish. I think that he's a predator. I think he's disgusting. And when I look at little Kayla be looking at him like she don't like him. Kayla look like she come around to hang around with Riley and Candy.
That's
true. She don't look like she likes him.
Yeah, she don't like
and I don't blame her. He's a piece of trash.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that this lady willing to do for your child, but you're so vexed that she's spending money on her own baby that you would tell her, no, don't spend on my child. Because you're trying to prove a point. Like, see, I'm so tough. I don't even want you to do for my child. So stop buying Porsches for your baby.
Yeah.
I'm sick of Todd. The fact that he caught that attitude when they were doing the planning for that trust because he wanted to control the money. He didn't want He didn't want Riley to have the money that her mama made. You got mad and stormed out, looking like Cotton from King of the Hill. I swear he looked like his shins missing. Every time he stand up, looked like he's still sitting down. And went storming out like he was the head of the Lollipop Guild over her money.
She had to be real desperate to be and got that man off that set, though.
She got to be desperate to stay with him after he showed her his natural behind over her money.
Yeah.
As it pertains to her child. Let me think for a minute that a Negro want to try to control what I give to my children and see how long that works. That won't work very long. My temper too bad. My trigger finger too itchy. That won't work.
Yeah, it couldn't have been me neither.
You made this money. I don't care how bad or how poorly she sang. I don't care how redundant the songs were. If she wrote the song or she got up there and bleated like a billy goat on it, every dollar she made is hers. Where was he when she was in the studio? Where was he when she was sleeping with them men to get them jobs writing them songs? He wasn't in there with her.
Okay. Come on now.
He didn't help her get a goddamn thing, but you got an attitude because you want to control money you didn't make. How about go make some money first and then you can have something to say?
Right.
Right, Isha B. Right, Isha B. To fiacqua. Nonsense. Who ever heard of such a thing? Who ever heard of that? And the fact that Candace sitting up there still smiling like a dummy, pretending like she don't understand what just happened. I wanted to jump through the screen and shake her because while I don't like Candy, that's still a black woman. And I feel like, girl, you earned your money. Don't let some two-bit hustler, some grifter come in and steal from you. Okay, DT. But I just don't like it. That's why I love Mama Joyce. Joyce is to try to protect her from herself.
Yep, she know it.
Thank God, Joyce. I had to go to bed, y'all. Night, night, Kai.
I'm about to go too. Thank you for having me and happy birthday.
Thank you, Destiny.
Yes, happy birthday. Well, I'm glad I got to come on and talk to you. I love how you put things, you keep it real. You teach me something every time I come on. So I just enjoy it.
I just be trying to keep track of what's happening. Y'all know I'm an experienced gossiper.
All right, enjoy your night.
You too, darling. All right. Look, y'all, everybody gone, so I'm finna go too. Number one, because I didn't plan on staying on this long, and number two, because I sent for my McDonald's and it's about that time. You know what it is. It's about that time. So listen, I'm about to hop up out of here. I'm about to hop up and go. All right. But we will be back tomorrow because you know that show come on and we got to talk about these heifers. They're going to be on and we got to talk about them. You already know. Okay. So anyway, anywho, all right. So we're going to get up out of here. Y'all, please hit the like button on the way out. If you didn't hit it on the way in, you already know. Okay, hit the like button to help your girl out. Hit the notification bell and make sure you click all so you will know every time, and I mean every time, that we go live over on this good porch. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Even if you're hanging out in the bushes, you're highly welcome on this porch. And if you want to join channel membership, there's a join button beneath the video and a membership link in the description box underneath the video. Okay, all right, y'all, thank everybody for the belated birthday wishes. Again, thank you for everybody who made my birthday special. Your girl turned 25 again. All right, okay, well look, y'all have a good night tonight. Don't be like me, don't be eating late. But y'all have a great one, and we will talk again tomorrow. And as I always say, if nobody else said it to you today, remember that God loves you, I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. We'll talk again tomorrow. Bye, y'all.